I'm super excited. Today we get to sit down with the two founding band members of the Pacific Mambo Orchestra, who've just been nominated for the 56th annual Grammys in the category of Best Tropical Album. We're going to find out about how the orchestra came together. It's a 19-piece band, so it had to have taken a lot of work. We're going to find out about what they see in the future and how it feels to be nominated for a Grammy.
The Pacific Mambo Orchestra came together in fall of 2010 after I was approached by my friend and co-leader of the orchestra, Tumlan, who asked me if I was interested in forming a 19-piece Latin big band. At first I looked at it and I was like, you gotta be crazy. I'm not going to do this. But then we said we're going to split the responsibilities 50-50. And after further consideration, we moved forward. And we started performing and playing in October of 2010. It feels great to be nominated alongside major artists like Marc Anthony, Sergio, who've been established in the industry for many, many decades and many, many CDs later. It's our first CD, our debut CD, and it is an independent release on top of that. And our rise from the early stages up to the Grammy nomination has been extremely quick as far as industry standards go. Yeah. Well, my advice to any artist would be to follow their dreams, and if they feel their music, if they think their music is good and they're feeling their music in their hearts and in their soul, they need to pursue that at all costs. And I believe that our example as an independent artist going from zero to a Grammy nomination is proof that it is possible these days to make it happen. And we started building our fan base with a steady Monday night gig in San Francisco at a very well-known salsa venue named Café Kokomo. They offered us a regular Monday night gig for the first year and a half. So we had the chance to actually build our repertoire as a band, started writing music, spread the word actually, so we could build an actual fan base. And they came after like not too long. I want to say after a month or two, we would bring quite a lot of people into the club, and that way the word got around, word spread that there's something really new and happening in town, and we would draw attention. The internet was crucial to our success, actually. Living in the Bay Area, which is the home of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all these major social network companies, we took serious advantage of all that. And I believe without social networking, our success would not have been the way it has been. So we attribute our success not mainly, but partially to the social networking, for sure. The responsibility as a band leader for Christian and me is that we are now employers of 19 or even 30 people at times. And our musicians basically signed sort of a social contract with us. We support you, you support us. So we need to actually do our best to find work and concerts and gigs and create income for our musicians. And creating loyalty both ways. Actually, we just came back from a national tour that finished in November of 2013. It was a 14-city tour. And we're kind of still regrouping a little bit. We're playing locally right now. And our big thing, obviously, was the Grammy nomination. And we certainly moved everything that we could to, well, bring the Grammy home. So there was a lot of work after the actual nomination. So the booking concerts and gigs was definitely secondary, not our priority. So we want to like really finish strong and we put all our resources into the Grammy nomination leading up to this coming Sunday now. I love teaching kids. For me, this is it's really paying forward. I was taught by two great teachers that I will always remember, who steered me in the right direction and mentored me. And music for me is something that needs to move forward and forward and forward. And I have a responsibility as a musician and as an artist to convey my knowledge to kids or musicians that would want to learn. So my youngest student is a 7-year-old trumpet player, and it goes all the way up into adult age. I started playing the trumpet when I was 8 years old as well. My nationality is German, so I was born and raised in Germany. Left Germany to study jazz music in America when I was 23 years of age. And then one thing led to another, and here I am, like 20 plus years later. Yeah. I went to the University of North Texas, and my roommate ended up being a Colombian piano player, and he was appalled at the idea that I didn't know what salsa and mambo was. I'd never heard of it before when I was 23 years old. So he took me under his wings and mentored me in such a way that he would just like pile like CDs and records on me and say, listen to this, listen to that, this is called that, this is called that, and that. The future I see for Pacific Mambo Orchestra is we want to attract people that believe in our vision of the music and our passion for the music, and that are willing to work with us to further our music and our careers in such a way that we can bring our music to hopefully the rest of the world in form of touring, new recordings, writing associations with other writers, and so on and so forth. Notable musicians I've worked with are, for example, the Temptations, the Four Tops. Currently I'm playing with one of the best drummers in the world, whose name is Tommy Igoe, a jazz drummer, so I'm playing with a jazz big band. I've worked with Rey de la Paz. I've worked with, I'm working with a band called Santa Esmeralda, who were a big pop act in the 1980s, and now they're rekindling their career, so to speak. So I'm touring quite a bit, and those are a few names that can come to my mind. You can find information about Pacific Mambo Orchestra on our website, which is www.pacificmambo.com. We have a fan page on Facebook, obviously. We're on Twitter. We have a YouTube channel. So you just have to, you have to Google us and we'll pop up for sure.